Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Blades of Banner podcast. I'm Nolan Carney and I'm joined by
Clayton Gates. And while I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, I'm looking at my how long my mustache is getting. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but I am doing it for Halloween, Nolan, because I'm gonna
Okay,
be Freddie Mercury.
I did guess this before we came on.
My friend is gonna be Ziggy Stardust. So it'll be fun.
Happy Halloween weekend, everyone.
Yes. And let me know in the
Or
comments if I should keep this or not. I don't know.
yeah, give us the confirmation. Let us know. And happy pre-Halloween weekend, everyone, and happy Cup of China, Clayton. I have to say, there was big news in skating this week.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
The Pope is dead. The Pope is dead. Daniel Grassl is back. But okay, can we talk about like Cup of China for a minute? Because I have to say, it's always like the hardest Grand Prix for me to get through. And I
Well,
feel
not
like every year they always have like the like kind of like they always have like super weak events compared to like some of the other ones. And I think it was also so tough because Grand Prix France was like so up there.
hmm
And then like Cup of China, like so many people are like traveling super far. It's so hard to get
Yeah.
to if you don't live in Asia.
hmm
And everyone always looks so exhausted there. It always kind of like it's low-key my least favorite Grand Prix to watch
I know
always.
it's also hard for us to watch because it's so early in the morning. Nolan, share with share with our friends what time you were up in the morning.
Do you want to know what I did?
What?
I watched so I on the short program day, I watched the women's live from 4:30 to 6 or something with my friend Kelly. Shout out Kelly.
hmm
And then I watched the pairs. So I skipped the men. I took a nap, went back to
Okay.
sleep, took a little nap, and then I watched the pairs. And then on the free skate day, I watched from the women's free skate, the men's free skate, and the pairs free skate. So I watched pretty much everything live except for the dance.
That is crazy. I don't know how you stayed awake for all that.
Well, I went to bed really early.
Okay.
I took like melatonin at like 8 p.m. and was like, I'm gonna pass out.
Like that's smart.
I was like, I'm just
That's
gonna go to bed early and
that's a
like,
pro move.
yeah. It didn't help because I was definitely still exhausted on Saturday morning when everything was done,
hmm
but
hmm
would not recommend. We only have one, two, actually wait, we have like three more events in like the Asian time zones. We got, or
Yeah.
maybe four. We have the two Korean comps, Japanese nationals, and NHK. So
Yeah, well, it's nice for people like me who always sleep in no matter what, and then I wake up to just like a full
you wake up
live
to
stream.
everything.
Everything's
Yeah.
there. I can just go and sit and watch it and have my coffee. I watched it from the mountains this weekend. I forced all my friends to watch it. It was really, really fun. And they all came back home, new figure skating fans.
What
I
was like
hope.
the general consensus from the
So,
friends?
well, we watched the women's free, and they, well, obviously they're all impressed by the spins. Everyone's always so
I know
impressed
everyone's like
by the spins.
always like you could put like I swear to God on like Instagram or TikTok, someone will post like a
hmm
scratch spin, which is like
hmm
one of the easiest things to do. And it'll
hmm
get like 50,000 million views. And then you'll post like people will post like lifts, jumps, and be like death spirals or like
Right.
choreographic moves that are like
Ilia's quad
100.
axle, like 5,000 likes. For,
People are
it's
like
like,
maybe like 500. People are like, oh,
yeah,
it's so easy.
right.
What else?
But
Sorry.
they, yes, you know who they really loved?
Amber?
Alyssa.
Well, yeah.
They were like, they were watching her free and they're just like, wow, she looks like she wants to be out there. Like that was the
Okay.
takeaway.
Can I say one thing?
hmm
You were like with like five gay men and she was skating to Donna Summer.
It was 8 gay men, and yes.
So, like, I will say it is like she definitely like Amber's somber like free skate. I don't think it's gonna appeal as much to like that crowd, you know?
This is true. This is really, really true.
Um, yeah, but I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
hmm
So, okay, general news. Uh, Minsel Kwan has finally been released.
Oh,
It could
yes.
be domestically for Canada, not internationally, but I don't feel like that's going to take very long after she's
I
been
don't think
released. I
so.
think she'll be pretty good to go by next year. So she'll be at their senior nationals this year because they have their challenge event coming up in the next
hmm
month to qualify for nationals. So
Which there's no world where she can go to the Olympics
Well, she's not old enough.
Oh,
Yeah, she's one. She's
I
this is her
forget.
last year junior.
Okay, okay.
hmm Um, okay. You wrote this down on our next little.
I did jot this down, and it's
Do you
called
want to take?
Adelia. Yeah, it's called Adelia Petrosian and her medicine bag.
All right.
So she gave some quote this past weekend about how she always has her little
Her little medicine bag, which
medicine.
I have to say, all skaters, I'm sure, have a medicine bag like with
Yes,
them.
like a first aid. They have like the
Yeah.
things, the supplements they take. That's probably for whatever
Yeah,
have
if they need
you.
like Advil, like you
hmm
need like if just anything for
The
anything.
vitamin D,
Yeah.
all the B12 vitamins. I'm sure they
Yeah.
have that. But it was just really like it's just another fork found in the kitchen moment. Like it put another Russia putting their foot right in their mouth, just like,
Yeah.
okay,
I
well,
have to say, when I saw it, I was like, okay, girl, I know that this probably is like very much just like a nice, like, this is just my vitamins or whatever, but like, your coach was just caught in like one of the most, like, the biggest doping scandals in the sport in the past 12 years. Like, maybe just don't talk about drugs. Like, I
yeah,
know that it probably was like something so innocent of like an ibuprofen or something, but like, maybe just don't do that. Like,
yeah.
just,
Well, at least that we know that they're not getting PR trained in
I don't
Russia.
know.
Like it's just the jokes
I
write themselves at this point.
It was funny because she said like, yeah, like I just don't want to leave it like unattended because she's like, you never know what someone will do. And I'm like, you know what? Like who in Russia is like coming after you to like get you like banned? Like what's going on there too? Like
Well, I mean, there's
what's
a
the
list. There's a
story?
list of people. Well, I guess technically one, but
Yeah. Okay.
well, in more serious news,
All right. Are
so
we going?
are we going
Oh,
to the
the
missile?
missile?
Are
Are
we
we
going
going
to
to
the
talk about that?
missile?
We can talk about the missile.
I just like found that so strange. And I mean, obviously, like it was kind of like a reality check because I'm like, this sport isn't just like our small little fun bubble all the time.
Yeah.
It's like there is still like a lot of like these
Propaganda behind it.
propaganda skaters and athletes are being used as political pawns and like
Yeah.
there's a lot of
It happens for every
geopolitical
country too,
yeah
though.
this is so true but it was just like wow like the missile that was just announced this past September by the Chinese government or just like displayed or whatever
Yeah.
it has the capability to go like, across the world like and hit continental US. It's like okay like maybe let's how like who I don't know.
I just,
It just is
yeah.
weird and
I
just
don't
kind of
really
scary.
know. I don't really know why they picked it up, honestly.
I know,
Or like
like
who like thinks to like buy it and then
or
throw it on
make
that.
it. Like I feel like it had to be made. This is also
Well, it was made,
speculation. Or
but
or
yeah.
someone was like, I want this like hand or I don't know, special ordered vibe. I don't know.
It's just a weird plushie to throw. For one for them to also pick it up and then it just very odd stance overall. I know it's made like not now yeah, like international
Internationally, like
news.
Associated Press.
So I don't
I
really think the ISU is gonna do much about it.
think they're investigating. I saw an article where they're but
I
like
mean, they'll investigate, but like what are they gonna do? Like, are you really gonna ban someone like over a plushie? You know?
it's a bomb plushie.
I know that they're
It's
not
a
supposed to make
bomb.
like political.
Like
I don't
what if
know.
someone threw like a gun plushie on like the ice in like in the US? Like
Yeah.
I feel like it would have like similar
Yeah.
connotation.
Honestly, it was just kind of like a
Oh.
really, I just don't know. It was kind of just like very peculiar for me.
hmm
But, um,
Anyways,
anyways,
moving on to the actual skating.
okay. I do say there is one more thing that I
Okay.
want to say that is like kind of in the same realm of like the missile in terms of like discussion posts, but I'm not going to get into this because I don't want these to be this like I don't want this to be a political podcast, but the people discussing whether
Oh my
either
gosh.
Alyssa Liu or Amber Glenn is more woke, it's like this the funniest debate I've ever seen on its Twitter ever. Um,
Like it
I do have an answer that I think is the correct one, but I'm not gonna say it. But
like
um,
is this what we're really talking about? Like we
like
like
who Who has got the time and the headspace to make a debate on which skater is more woke?
What sparked this debate?
I don't even remember. Like it just I saw it on the timeline and I was like, we're really discussing this. Like really? And I was like, you know what? I was eating all of it up. I was following the whole thread. But it just was another thing where I'm like, sometimes people have too much time on their hands, and this was one of
hmm
them, but I did love every second of it.
It was entertaining.
It was
You sent me the discussion thread and I was like, okay, well.
um yeah. So, okay, let's actually dive into the events this week. Do you want to start with the men?
Let's start with the men. And Nolan, you had said that this is wasn't your favorite event of the weekend, but I feel like
Really?
I think there's some telling things
I mean,
that happened
yes.
here. Some
Yes.
telling things.
But can I just say it was the mid-off for me.
I see that.
It was like a lot of middling men that are going to finish like, and with the exception of Shaidorov, people that are going to finish like fifth to like maybe 15th at the Olympics,
Oh,
you
you
know?
think?
Yeah, like Grassl could be like 10th. Shun Sato, I think, could be like maybe fifth or sixth. Shaidorov could maybe medal.
Well, I feel like I don't know. I feel like this is more of a mixed bag.
I mean, they all gave like mixed bag performances.
Correct, but that kind of gives me more of like a and like the way that they were scored was also really interesting. I'm gonna start with Shidorov because I think that's
Okay.
top of mind for me right now.
Okay.
I kind of thought he was dinged a little bit. I mean, I think he was scored kind of appropriately,
Hmm.
except for the quad lutz in the short. He got the under, and I was like, maybe a Q, but I didn't see under on that.
I agree with the call in the, sorry, with you saying that it should be a Q,
Mm-hmm.
in the short. He does have like in the long, you can tell it's like some of them are just a little sneaky on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's so strong with the core and the legs to be able to stand up on the jump. Because
Mm-hmm.
I will say landing a cheat jump is like kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that the call was definitely harsh. I think PCS and then the scores in the free skate were pretty appropriate. Like,
I would say, yeah, relative to like the rest of the field, like I think I'm not the biggest fan. I think I've decided I'm not the biggest fan of either of his programs this season.
okay,
Namely the free. I think I like the short a little bit better than the free.
you didn't like the
Uh,
skipping in the free skate.
no, and I didn't like. No, I didn't love the skipping. I have to say, and I was like, what is okay?
Um,
But
he kind of got a gift a little bit on the triple axel Euler quad sow. I thought that one could have been a little bit of an under.
okay.
And then I might have reviewed the quad flip. But I will say, okay, his programs are like not like compositionally intricate in any manner, but
Mm-mm.
I do kind of like love his little swagger and vibe that he has in both of them. Like he has like an aura that
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of screams like attention seeker, like attention grabber in a way. Um, like
He
this,
does. He does have
yeah,
confidence, and he does project well, and like I do like. It makes me want to watch, but then I'm like
yeah.
looking back at the material as a whole, I'm like, eh.
Um, I don't think like he's like anywhere near like the top like PCS skaters, but the skipping part was just kind of hilarious to me.
It made me giggle. It made me
Like
giggle to
I was like,
myself.
you know what? Like I respect that you're coming out here and just doing like little Zhenya Medvedeva like hop skip jump
That
rope
is what it
like
is. Yeah.
in the middle of your step sequence. Like
Well,
it's not at there, yeah.
what is the theme of his free? I can't figure I couldn't
It's the Fifth Element, I think, is the music. I
is
don't
there like a
I think it's from a
story?
movie, but I haven't
Okay.
watched the movie. But
Okay.
and then in the short, did you see he has like the tattoo sleeve like
I did.
costume?
I was commenting on that. Yeah, I was
What do
watching
you
with
think?
I don't like it. I just don't think I like it.
Okay. I wasn't like a hater.
Oh, okay.
I do think he needs a haircut though.
It's time. It's about
Yeah.
time.
It is a little too long, but the tattoo sleeves, like I know people are probably not gonna love it, but I thought it kind of worked a little bit.
I mean,
Um,
it matches I get the vibe. I'm like, but is it more of is it adding anything? I don't think it's really adding anything to me or for
no.
me. Yeah.
I think comparing him to like someone like Shun who is here, and
Mm,
Shun is just like very classy, like very um he's very good at like elongating himself and like holding his landings, having like a decent posture. I think that is like a huge reason why I think the component score was dropped a lot more
hmm.
from like what he got last year. Um and also just the comp like the program's not as much like his score is actually pretty low. Like
I know.
he was kind of like near like Memela, like what Memela is scoring this year. So
Yeah, the
that's a huge
one
drop.
I was not expecting to be him to be in the 80s for the short and
Hmm.
then 170s for the free. I think that really kind of took me aback a little bit. But
Yeah.
speaking, what, do you want to continue on
No, no,
him?
no, I'm good. He's got to have to clean it up though. But
Yeah. So we can go to Shun because since you brought him up,
yeah,
I,
we can go to
I
Shane.
think he's finally kind of like getting his flowers with this win. I've always been a supporter. I've always been there. He's kept this short for a while, so
Second year, yeah.
yeah, it looked comfortable, it looked clean. The quad lutz is the twitch is so fast on all of his jumps really, but especially the lutz, it's just like it,
He's such a sorry, yeah.
but it's like not huge.
It's such a weird pick too.
Hmm.
Like he picks so close to his left leg that I'm just like, wow, like that's just he has a little bit of an odd technique on everything and the toe too. He has an odd pick
Hmm.
on the toe. There's a little bit of a wrap on the double axle as well. It's just
Oh
he
yeah.
he's kind of just like very proficient at everything. It's
Hmm.
not like the most amazing thing you've ever seen in the world, but he does everything just very well, where you almost can't deny it at a point where you just see like another like plus two, plus two, plus one, plus two, plus three, plus two,
Hmm.
like over and over and over again.
Right.
Um, but I mean, like, I don't have a lot of thoughts just in general. Like, I just thought he skated very lovely and a super deserved win for
Hmm.
sure.
Yeah, I think especially in the back half of the free, he could hold the landings more. I think he's really giving up points. Easy GOE on these triples, like the triple loop and the triple lutz at the end. Like he's only getting ones and twos when he could be like getting threes if he were to like just hold that landing longer. It kind of gets scratchy and snow kind of comes up, and I'm like, because yes, he's tired, but like I think that's just kind of easy points he's kind of throwing away at the end.
And I mean, he's definitely a lock, I think, at this point. Like, I think
Oh yeah,
Him and Yuma are like for sure.
I agree.
Anyone else, like the other slot, not a single clue in the world who it will go to. Um,
Mm-mm.
and his coach's reaction in the free skate was hilarious. When he got the win, like the coach was just like going insane, and like Shun was just sitting there like, "Oh, I
Like,
won!" Like
chill. Yeah,
he's just like,
like
"Yeah, I won!" Like, all right, let's go. Um, I don't know where he goes next. Let's look before we go because he that's a huge deal to win a Grand Prix.
oh yeah.
Oh, he'll go against Yuma in Japan,
Okay.
so that'll be interesting.
And
Uh,
I think his scores could rise more like with this consistency. So I wouldn't count him out
yeah,
of a major podium if
yeah.
others kind of leave the door open.
He's been on like Grand Prix final podiums before, I believe.
Oh,
Um, like he's definitely like not someone that hasn't been like in the mix before. He yeah, he was the bronze medal last year at the final. And
okay.
he won Cup of China last year too. So
Oh,
he was sixth to worlds. So yeah. Okay, one thing that I thought was shocking to me this week was Tomoki.
I was gonna say, speaking of naming a team,
He is so in the game now.
I know like he made a huge step forward onto that path of making that team. I would say like when no one else has really taken a step.
And he hasn't been like bad this year. Like he's been scoring pretty close, similarly to what Andrew has been putting up at like his challenger events.
Hmm.
And he's gotten two bronze medals on the challenger series this year. So I think for him, like it's a legit conversation now to say like Tomoki is legitimately in this.
Hmm.
Um, I think the ceiling for Andrew is like a little bit higher, just with like the basic
Hmm.
skating, the posture, the landings. Like Tomoki is very sloppy. on a lot of the jumps and choreography and spins that that's where he loses a lot of the points.
Yeah,
But when you're hitting all the elements like that, like the points are gonna rack up and you're
right. Like
gonna
who else is landing two quads and the rest free,
yeah,
Like it's I was shocked. And I kind of like the
the
broken
free.
down creep. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It had like good a good build too, I felt like it was like it goes slow, like it was like slow fast, slow fast. Like we had
Hmm.
a good a good mix of variety and tone. He's skating this week in Canada.
Oh,
So
oh
that'll be
wow.
tough to do back to back,
Hmm.
to try to not replicate this, but I think skate something similar to it would be very good.
Hmm.
Um, if he puts up another solid score in Canada, like he hasn't sealed the deal, but
No,
definitely shutting the door a little bit, you
right.
know?
We'll
Um,
have to see how it plays out. And I think nationals again will just be
yeah,
the
it probably will
telltale
just
come down to national.
unless unless one of them like makes the final,
I don't
I
think
think yeah, I know. But I'm just saying like
it's.
um unless one of them like makes the final, I think it's probably just gonna be like whoever's third at nationals
Hmm.
with like maybe like unless like maybe like let's say Tomoki goes and like puts up like a 260 or 250 this week
Hmm.
and then he's maybe like 1 point below Andrew at nationals and Andrew's like been solid throughout the or been
Hmm.
kind of up and down. Maybe they'll give it to Tomoki, but
Hmm.
um it'll probably just be the bronze medalist.
Hmm. Jacob Sanchez, speaking of Americans, he skated pretty well. He minus the fall in the short, and then he popped the last sow
Yeah.
of the free, but everything else was pretty clean and really impressive. I like his skating a lot, and it's very like just that classic look, great posture, great lines. He's quick.
Yeah, he'll need the quad, but
Hmm.
I guess honestly, I think of him more as like a next quad project.
Hmm.
Like I don't think
Yeah,
it's
for
not
sure.
also Soda Yamamoto here. I know we didn't like write this him down in the notes, but he had a really really rough free skate where it
Mm.
just felt like he made one mistake on I think it was the quad toe, and then the rest of the program it just looked like he was hesitating on every single takeoff that you just like he skated through a let's take off, was just struggling on a lot of other jumps and it just he's normally like just kind of like a boring, sturdy skater that I was like, okay,
Hmm.
maybe he could get like the third spot for Japan, but just all of them, all of the third skaters for Japan just cannot come together to figure out like who that man is right now.
Yeah. I mean, he had a strong short
Hmm
though, but yeah.
And Boyang Jin, a really great short program.
Yeah.
Not as much in the long, but when we get to like the women, or not the women, but
Hmm.
like the pairs for
Hmm.
China this year, they're using Cup of China and then Chinese nationals to determine
Oh, wow.
who will get the spot. So that's a big win for him because they only have one spot for the men.
Oh,
Um,
wow. I did not know that.
yeah, so he's just take a huge lead over the other two men that were here.
Hmm.
June,
Oh, yeah. Not his day.
not his year. Do you know what I noticed? Um, do you know like when Wakaba Higuchi has like a great year, then the next year is like terrible?
Mm,
He's kind of like a little bit like Wakaba because he won the world medal to start the quad in
right.
23. And then in 24, he was terrible. He had the Batman program. It was like an awful year. Like
Hmm.
he barely kept two spots for Korea for the men. Then last year, the loco Spanish woman like yelling at him. Fantastic year.
Oh, love, love, love that free.
And then this year just started out fine. And just the boots have just been like his plague this year. He just has not been able to
Hmm.
figure out like anything.
Yeah, I was really hoping that he would turn it around. The opening combo in the free was really killer.
Yeah.
And but then just after that, it just wasn't. It wasn't. He won the step sequence though.
Small
That's a
victory,
win.
small
It's a
victories.
small win. At least he's getting flowers. He's getting credit where credit is due.
Yeah. I have two thoughts. I wonder when they'll take out the quad toe in the short, for sure. I think at this point
Hmm.
you should just get rid of it. Like he's not going to do it. It's just too much. That jump is so up and down for him.
Hmm.
I would just cut it. And then do you think at this point they should just bring back the free skate from last year? For like a not
Mm.
even just like because like the programs have been like met, but like just like maybe like a
For
mental switch.
confidence,
Yeah, maybe
yeah.
like a mental switch for him.
I don't know. I feel like he's the first time we saw this free, I think he was really bought into it. And like we've
Hmm.
seen clips in practice where it's like, wow, that was a really good moment. Um, I think just here, I think he just kind of got in his head and maybe that's what he needs to get back on track, but I would really love to see him keep this and like do well with it. Um, I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
I just thought maybe like it could be a good switch for him mentally to
Hmm.
like kind of maybe reset the season, reset like what's
Hmm.
going on. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just been, I will say the good thing for him is that for Korea, it really only matters what they do at the ranking
that's
competition
true.
and the nationals. So
There's still hope. I mean, I don't think he's in jeopardy of losing a spot, but
no, and he could just do all triples and make the Olympic team for Korea for the men.
correct.
So I don't think that there's
Yeah.
uh much room for worry. So
Do you know who was a fan favorite here?
who?
Daniel Grassl.
Oh my God, I forgot about him. I
We
thought we were
can't
done with the
forget.
men.
No, we have one more. We have one more. And
I
the
flipped to
crowd
the women or
ate
something.
him up.
Well,
Like
the Pope is dead. All right,
maybe
like
that's why they were cheering.
did you notice in the free skate he rips his shirt open
Yes, I have
at
it in
the
my notes.
end?
That's a costume change.
I
But and
didn't
it's
notice it the first time I watched it.
because it didn't have like that je ne sais quoi like that you need to have for like a costume reveal or change. Like it was just kind of like he just turns, rips it open, and then keeps skating. Like it's not like a moment. He doesn't make it. It just kind of like is like, okay, it's there.
Do you remember when was it Nika Agatse? Was he the one that did the Moulin or was it Maurice? I think it was
Oh
Nika.
gosh.
One of them did Moulin Rouge and like rips the I think it was Nika at like a Skate
Okay.
American. He like ripped his costume open and he like made it a full moment in a cringe way, but like
Mhm.
Grossel's not like making it a moment, you
No, he
know?
needs to. Like he needs to lean into the cringe. He already is like kind of giving that. I will say the short kind of worked on me.
Oh,
I will say the short kind of worked. No, like listen.
Clayton.
No, listen. Like whenever he stood there and like for his little cigarette break and he stood there, he served face and he was giving like arm. I don't know. And with the music, it was just right. Something about it was right. And the crowd was eating it up. I don't know why it worked, but it did. I
He
wouldn't
was,
say.
I wrote down Daniel's trying to be sexy in this short program is so off-putting to me.
Well, there's someone else who was trying to be sexy and I didn't like it. We'll talk in the day at event and we'll talk about that later. But
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
but I think for some reason it didn't come off sexy to me. It came off more like endearing. And I was like, "Oh, that's like kind of adorable and like fun that he's trying to be a
He's like
diva right now."
23.
I'm 24, so he's younger than me and it could be adorable. It could be adorable.
Oh my God.
I don't
I
know.
thought it was off-putting and it was really cringe.
I
Oh,
kind of
a lot of people, I forgot, we have questions that we need to answer. And I swear to God,
okay.
someone wrote something about Daniel Grassl. So let me
Okay.
look. Um, a lot of people wanted me to talk about his scoring and like the
Mm.
combination. Um, he definitely gets like the benefit of the doubt a lot of the time. It feels like every single competition he's at, except if it's Shinamano, like they're always just cheating to call the jumps clean, and I don't really get it. Um,
Well, his quad lutz is neither a quad nor a lutz.
yeah.
So, and as is most of his jumps, his loop in the free quad loop in the free looked pretty good. I feel like it was kind of,
Oh, I
uh,
thought it was really nice on the long, the quad
yeah,
loop. Yeah.
yeah. In the short, was it cheated?
Yeah, the short it wasn't as much. I think it was probably like a Q, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't remember it honestly off the top of my head. I'm just assuming it probably was. I do remember the one of the long was really nice.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to see if there's any other questions. Yeah, someone wrote talk about Grassl's overscoring.
It was. I think the crowd being behind him so much, like that definitely helped with the program components.
Hmm.
Do we know why he has such a big fan base in China?
I don't know. I wonder if it's because he was like with the Terry for a while.
Oh,
Because like
that makes
The
so much
Chinese
sense.
are like very into the Russians.
Hmm.
I mean the Chinese have a lot of fans. Like they were into the Koreans that were there, so
Yeah.
they're all spread out with what fans they like. They liked Amber, a lot of the fans there did.
Okay.
So um I don't know. Did you like the concave free program?
No.
Okay. It was like fine to me. Like I don't know. I think it'll go viral in Italy, but
Maybe.
it's like fine. I don't know. I don't have a lot of thoughts like
I liked
about.
the short better. I'll stand on that opinion for now.
I think I liked the long better. You know what I
Okay.
have to say? This is gonna be so. This might be like controversial take.
Okay.
I think he was okay. I'm not saying that he's like very like balletic, great posture, like very beautiful skater, but there was something about like his commitment to the ballet program last year that I thought it like kind of worked in a way for him that this program, these two programs he's doing this year just don't.
Hmm. I see.
And I'm not
I
saying that he is like anywhere near like
no.
ballet dancer, like gorgeous pop, like any of that. I just think something about what that program, what like just like and it was very tacky and trashy too,
Think that
but
was
it
the
worked.
point. I think that's
Yeah.
the point. It did work because I think he leaned into, he's like,
The
maybe,
camp of it all.
yeah, he knows he doesn't have the best lines. He knows he doesn't have the best posture. I think he knows that his jump technique is boof, but I
Yeah.
think he's going to lean into it, be like, let me kind of make everyone laugh a little bit and have fun while I do it.
I felt the posture was so much. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like the black shirt, but or maybe it was like how white the ice was. But I'm telling you, I thought the posture was worse here this year. Like I don't know what
It
it
was
was.
bad.
It was
It was
really
really
bad.
noticeable. Like
It just
always just hunched over.
it was really tough watch. But he did score pretty well, so good for
Yeah,
him.
what did he get in components? We're still
In the free or
we've
the
been talking about
short?
the men for like 30 minutes, I
We
think.
really have. Oh my God.
And
The
you're like, this is about a bet.
It was very mid. Everyone here was mid, all right, in the men.
Okay.
He got second. He got 82.
Okay.
Three judges put him in first. Lori
Second.
Parker did not put him in first. That's
Okay.
one of the infamous American judges.
Yes. Second
Uh,
in skating skills. That's a choice. That
yeah.
is a choice.
I
Okay.
mean, oh, Dennis Vasilyev's had a really tough week. He was
Oh
on my
yeah.
fantasy team and he screwed me.
No.
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you.
it was heartbreaking to see him by himself in the kiss and cry. It was a very much a Shoma Uno moment.
Yeah. Okay. Are we done with the men?
Okay, yeah, we need okay. Let's
Where do
close
you
the
want to
book on the
go?
man.
You want to go to the dance?
Stance, Nolan, let's
Let's
dance.
dance. Let's dance, Clayton. Okay. First off, I need to start out by informing the viewers about the panel that was here.
Oh yes, please do.
Because again, there were more shenanigans that were played, less overt
And
shenanigans.
you're informing the viewers and Clayton. Like
Yes.
both of us are being informed because I only caught I'll tell everyone what I did watch from the dance. I watched Olivia's Dune 2 and I watched Chalk and Bates.
And I watched all of it.
So
Okay.
Professor Nolan
So
comes out again.
David Molina is the technical controller. He is from France. He is very much known as like IAM's like number one controller, like ally. But
Okay.
also we have to remember he's from France. So
Mm-hmm.
he does have like that bias, or that not the bias, but he has his agenda while also battling like the IAM agenda too.
Mm-hmm.
So coming into this event, I had suspicions when I saw, even before I saw the panel, I had suspicions about how Chock and Bates would be scored relative to Fonia Beaudry and Cizerum. David Molina, obviously from France, he has that agenda of making sure that they're below the French from what they posted last week. That was going to be a little tough because the French screwed up in the rhythm dance. He did get that accomplished, but Also, Lauren Sempt is Canadian. She was the assistant technical specialist. She's the daughter of Gene Sempt, who was the judge, an ice dance judge for Canada, who was on the panel
Wait,
of
what?
the 1998 Olympics where they had the block judging. And then she was also the one that recorded the judges like trying to
Oh,
communicate with her about like where to place the judges on a pen and then submitted it to the
so
ISU.
there's
And
judging nepotism.
then she was the one that got banned for recording the corruption of the ISU. So Lauren Sempt also remember they're from Canada, so they have
Okay.
their agenda with Piper and Paul. Like they'll want
Mm-hmm.
to lower Chalk and Bates scores because of that. So those two were definitely like those two definitely had an agenda to like not give Chalk and Bates the highest score.
Mm-hmm.
I will say when we get to Chalk and Bates, I don't think I think they deserved what they got this week because we'll get to it, but they're not in good form. Um, on the judging panel, you had Sandrine Pezarat, which is Gwendol Pezarat's sister. You had so looking at the judges, you had France. That's an IM judge, but they're also not going to help out the Americans as much because they have their own team. Spanish, IM judge.
Mm-hmm.
Poland, no. USA, IM judge, and they're going to help out the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Chihiri, Korean judge, IM judge. Hungary, I don't think IM has a Hungarian team. Then they have Azerbaijan. Oh, they do have an Azerbaijan team. They do.
Wait, really?
They do, but they're not very good.
Okay.
Then you have Australia. They have the Australians.
Mm.
China, they have China, and then that's the rest of the rest of the judges. But for the most part, they have an IM panel. But once with the technical controller and the assistant technical specialist not really in their favor, you can't do as much heavy lifting with the judges because they control the levels
Mm-hmm.
and the elements. So, do you want
Mm-hmm.
to start with Chalk and Bates?
Let's start
Okay.
with let's
All
start with our
right.
debates. Where should we go? How should we tackle this?
Let's
Tackle this
start
bowl, if you will.
let's start with the the rhythm
Okay.
dance.
So what I have down for the rhythm dance is my first bullet is lip biting.
Was she biting her
And it was
lip?
Evan. It was both of them were kind of in the beginning, the opening pose. Or like just like lip scrunching, biting. We were like, I don't know, pretend trying. We were trying to be sexy, and it wasn't.
Wasn't sexy. It was
It was
sexless
it was sexless.
in both programs.
Yeah.
Um,
What did you make of the material of the short or the rhythm?
I wrote down that it was almost as bad as the Italians.
Wow.
It's not as bad, but it was pretty close.
See,
Um,
oh, wow. Okay.
okay. Do you know what I think it really was for me? When Evan was trying to like dance during the like rap section in the
Mm-hmm.
rhythm dance, I was just like,
Oh no. And like, is
I
it Migos who's like playing with like
I don't even
it,
know.
I it was I have an affinity for that band. What is it called? I've heard it. Do we
Wasn't it
know?
where they came to like Lenny something?
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um
Oh, that
and
reminded me to talk about Green and Parsons, but yeah, keep going.
okay. But it's just like yeah, it I was watching them and the first thing I thought was like, wow, this is slow. After the lip biting, I
Yes.
was like, wow, this is slow.
I mean, they've always been super slow, but you could
Mhm.
just tell that they really are lacking power, and it looked super just throughout the whole both programs. I thought it looked really lethargic and lacking sort of energy and zep.
Mhm.
She like stumbled a little bit during like the pattern step in the rhythm dance. I mean, I will say like I know that they got hammered on the levels, but I honestly felt like a lot of them were worth what they got hammered on, you know?
Yeah.
It really it felt like a 50-year-old couple like trying to go to the bar and like dance to like modern music. I don't know,
hmm
it felt really
It was
cringe in the
yeah,
best way.
it was a little yeah, it felt dated. It's still yeah, kind of adjacent to like the Italians, like you said, like it kind of was like, okay, here comes mom and dad trying to be
Yeah.
cool and hip.
And the thing is that they have like the chemistry together that I just feel like they could find something that would work. So I don't know why no one can find like a good vehicle for the rhythm dance this year.
Well, it's because the ISU likes to pick
It's just so bad.
bullshit categories for the rhythm dance. I mean,
Um,
it's just like I like bring back the waltz, bring
bring
back
back anything.
literally anything.
Uh,
Like I want to see real dance. I don't want to see. I don't know. It's just I see what they're going for. They
I'm
want the viral
trying,
moment. They want the pop, but it's
yeah,
just like
I'm trying to check if like any questions were specific to the rhythm dance. Someone did ask if they should scrap the rhythm dance. I do think they should rework
but
something,
like what else are they gonna here's my thing, what else are they gonna do?
anything.
But what is like can they pull off anything like it I I find them in a very peculiar position right now.
The good thing for them, they have Skate America. They're not going
Mm.
to get a new rhythm dance for Skate America. I honestly think what they'll
Hmm.
try to do is they'll just change the music cut of whatever this is a little bit. I don't think they're going to scrap the whole rhythm dance. It's not as dire as the Italians were. Um, the free dance, I thought I had heard a lot of hype about like how it was going to be super cool and super unique. I
Hmm.
found that it was just kind of very flat. um with the
Yeah.
choreography and just kind of underwhelming with how they performed it. Now I don't know if that's them just not being in shape or just, and when I mean shape I mean like conditioning of like cardio and having
Right.
the run throughs
The
under them.
stamina to make
The
it through
stamina.
like a yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
just,
I
yeah.
think you're right. I will say I love the concept of
Hmm.
the free, like her being a matador and then him being the bull, and she has.
Just
I also
chasing
have.
him around.
I also have in my notes that's a big ass skirt.
I was gonna say, did you like the cape? What did you think of the cape?
I it's gimmicky. We'll call it what it is. It's gimmicky, but I do when it works, but at times it was just like there's this big
Distracting.
piece of fabric getting in the way of everything. It is like a it's like a cushion, it's like a security blanket. It's like a I don't
Do you know what I
know.
was just thinking of? Do you remember in The Incredibles when Edna's like, no capes, no capes? No.
Yes.
I also wonder, is she practicing? Does she have like a practice cape? Because
Oh,
like he
I think she
definitely,
does. I think I saw it on like on Ice Perspectives. Like he recorded them in practice doing
they have to have a practice cape, right?
yeah, we
Like
can't get that red dirty
you cannot like not practice the free dance, like
without
pretending to
yeah,
hold a cape,
yeah.
like,
I mean, it is cool
um,
when she ends and it's like I have the like the little cape over
like,
my
yeah,
shoulder. Yeah,
yeah,
whatever. I don't know the proper term for it.
uh,
But I had this revelation.
okay.
Madison Chock is kind of like the Taylor Swift of ice dance.
Who are we talking about?
Madison Chock.
Oh, okay.
Am I
Okay, yeah.
breaking up? Did I break up?
Ish. No, no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. She is the Taylor Swift of ice dance because Taylor Swift gave this quote and it was like, I don't care if you're saying good things about me or bad things about me, and if you're saying anything about me in the week of my album drop, like you're making me money, you're doing me a service. And I think like Maddie Chuck is doing that. Like everyone is talking about like the cape, the theme, like what is it good, is it bad? Like she's and like same with the rhythm dance. Like it's a little tacky for them, but it's like we're still talking about it and we're still like I don't know, does that make sense? It's like
It, it's
I think she knows what she's doing in a way.
it makes sense in terms of like her grabbing attention. I just don't know if she's like Taylor Swift, you know?
Oh, no, she is. I think she's that diva.
Okay. Well, you know who is kind of the Taylor Swift device stance right now? Let's talk about Zingis and Kolesnik.
Okay.
they got a huge,
I saw,
huge
yeah.
boost. Um, oh, it's a Sui Han. Where are my notes on Zinkas and Klesnik? Oh, here it is. Um, they had a huge, okay, so in the rhythm dance, Green and Parsons and Olivia and Tim bombed the rhythm dance. We'll talk about Green and Parsons with the Zingas and Klesnik, but they both bombed, and Zingas and Klesnik came out and posted a huge score in the rhythm dance. They scored 80 points. They're so precise and clean compared to Madison and Evan. They have much more power, I
Hmm.
felt like. Obviously they don't have as much of the reputation as the two of them, but a couple of the judge had them in first in the free dance. Some of them had them first in the tech score for the rhythm dance. Uh, I wonder if now that since he has citizenship, that they're getting this boost now, and what that's why they weren't getting it before is because they didn't know if this was a team they could invest in
Hmm.
for this quad. But now that they know that this team is a legit contender and can go to the Olympics, I think they're starting to see the benefits of that. And also just having elevated material, I feel like this year is helping them a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did not catch them at this event, but like from what I've seen earlier this season it and I was seeing from them in the past even as well, like they're the
They've always
basics
been
are so good.
underscored a little
They've been
bit.
always.
I feel like they've always been a little underappreciated too. And it's just great to see them finally getting their flowers this year.
Mm.
I wonder like how they'll compare against Carrera and Ponomarenko though.
Or even the
Because,
Shibutanis.
well, okay. So their next event is in Finland. And they were second years. They have a legit chance to make the final now. Kolesnik and
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Vadim and Emilia. They're going up against in Finland, they go up against Guillaume, Piper and Paul,
Oh
Olivia and
shit.
Tim, and the Shibutanis. So they'll have a chance to go up against the Shibutanis before nationals to see where all that comes. You do realize we're gonna see the Shibutanis in like a week and a half because they're in NHK.
What's next?
This week is Canada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we said that already.
Um, so because I wonder how the shibs, I really don't know how the shibs are going to pan out. I think it could go either way. They could be really good or they could be
I have
god
yeah.
awful. Um, I don't know how that's going to pan out. So I'm right now, I'm have for my team, I would have Chalk and Bates, Kura Ponomarenko, and Zingas for the
Yeah.
dance. I think that's the team at this point because you don't know where the ships are. You don't know
I
where the
mean,
ships
but they
are.
were in the new promo that was just dropped on the
Yes.
NBC Olympic Instagram and social media. Like, uh,
Yeah.
it'll be so interesting
Some people asked if we think Zingis is number two, and if they're going to the Olympics now, I think they have a legit shot,
for sure.
you know. I think we have to, I think we'll have a really good, because dance is so like,
It's
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 the most
picky.
political. It's the
Hmm.
most political and it's the most like finicky with the judging. So I think the most we'll have a clear image will be after the Grand Prix
Hmm.
or the final potentially, and if some of these teams make it.
What's Christina's next assignment?
I think they're this week in
Okay.
Canada. I think they're in
Okay.
Canada. So, and they're going up against the Lejoie and Legat and Piper, so
Oh
they'll
wow.
probably be third, but
Okay.
um Lobareva and Brissot here, I still don't understand why they're skating to I'm Blue, but they're also wearing red.
Wait,
Um
really?
yeah, I have to say, like, I know you didn't catch
Yeah, I
them,
didn't
but
watch them.
they're just both their material and the rhythm dance and the free dance just feels really uninspired for them, which is kind of it
Mm,
just takes the edge away from like you know how last year they just had like the last 2 years they've just had a little edge to them in
hmm.
both the rhythm and the free. Like these two programs this year are just very like generically nice. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
and I think this team is like so interesting that you could do so much with them, but they've
Hmm.
kind of taken away like their personality on the ice and just kind of made them like blend into the wallpaper a little bit.
Well, do you think this is out of fear of like I mean, I'm surely they knew the news of the front of Fournier, Baudry, and Cizeron coming. I don't know if they wanted to play it safe and be like, oh gosh, do we have to conform? Is it too much of a risk to like really put ourselves out there again for another year and then get shot in the foot? Like,
I think for them, they kind of gotta lean into what they've been
Mhm.
doing, like,
Yeah.
and just taking this drastic shift, like, you kind of knew that they were gonna get dropped anyways, even when they were doing their cool edgy material because of the team that was coming back. But
Yeah. So they might as well just go for it.
you can't like lose your identity as a team, I feel
Hmm.
like, because that's
Hmm.
something that I feel like they've done that uh it just is a little unfortunate because really liked them the past 2 years, and
Hmm.
this year they're just kind of like a team that I kind of want to skip, you know?
Yeah. They need to
Um,
bring that their exhibition gala back from that one Europeans that they
yeah.
did.
Before we get to Olivia and Tim, Green and Parsons withdrew after the rhythm dance. They did make it onto the ice for the free dance and they did do the warm up, but Michael said I think Michael had something wrong with like his thigh or his leg.
Mm.
Then he had to go to the hospital to get seen by medical attendants there. So uh, I have to say, I think this just takes them completely out of the conversation. Um,
Yeah. That's not ideal.
and I feel bad for them because they were such a really up like in 22 when they had that really cool program with the former coaching team. And I think just when they moved to Charlie, they just lost any sort of sense of who they were as skaters. They've always kind of just been trying to chase that moment again.
Hmm.
And they just haven't been successful in doing that or finding their own identity on the ice. And it just feels like they've just kind of lost who they are as a team, and it's a little bit disappointing because I feel like they were really promising at that point. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a real shame. I feel for them.
I just think it's completely, and they could prove me wrong. I just think it's probably not in the cards, especially with the way that Zingis performed here. Like that's going to be a huge boost for them, and
Hmm.
Carrera's so consistent, and Chalk and Bates are obviously going to be on that team. So,
Do you see them staying post Olympics?
uh, I don't know, especially because Michael's had a lot of injuries over this past quad, maybe for a couple years, but I think this is probably like I think this is probably some of their last couple of years. But
Okay.
anyways, Olivia,
Oh, Olivia. Did we talk about her podcast last episode?
we didn't. Did you listen to it yet?
I did.
I did not.
Oh, I really liked it.
I did write down it to talk
Hmm.
about.
I mean, I love her accent. I can listen to her talk all day long. And she's so, like, her setup is nice. It's very chill, cozy vibes. And she's just like, let me just, like, let me just, like, hash it out. Like, she just tells
She
her whole,
has
like, story. And she doesn't really, I mean, she's like, yeah, like, this partner did me dirty. Like, then went to this partner. Like, had no idea that he was gonna ditch me like that. So it's like,
um you cannot doubt this girl has personality.
oh
Like
yeah,
she's always been very open about like the struggles and what she's been through in this sport. And I feel like I really appreciate that about her, is that she's probably one of the most, I feel like she's one of the coolest dancers.
she's a cool girl.
She's so
Like, I want
cool.
to sit at the table with her with like at lunch, or like I want to go like
Yeah.
hang out with her.
Like she just has that aura where you're like, you are so cool. And like I'm eating up every single thing that you're putting down.
Hmm.
Like I like even her workout videos that she posts on Instagram with like her and Tim, like where they're
Oh
just
yeah.
like they're all mic'd up. You are just so cool for doing this and like posting all this. I'm
Hmm.
like, this is why we all love you, you know?
Correct.
The I will say didn't love the rhythm dance fall or not, yeah, the fall
Yeah, she did take a fall.
in the pattern. I think it was in the pattern step. Yeah, in the pattern step, they had it was kind of like the French where it was like like a pseudo fall, where it was like
Okay.
very like it was more noticeable, I think, than the French, but um again, when you fall in that element, it's just such a big,
That's a
it's
dang.
such a big point loss. They lost 6 to 7 points, and then you got to add the
Hmm.
deductions. That's 8 points. They were looking at being like probably like 76, 77, like up there for
Right.
second or third
Yeah, absolutely.
for the rhythm dance. Don't mind the rhythm dance. Really like it. I think it's a good vehicle. Um, do you like how are you feeling about Dune Part 2?
Oh, I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it?
I'm feeling it. It's so good. I love it.
Okay. I don't hate it.
Oh,
I don't hate it. Let me just say it's
okay.
actually I really don't mind at all. I think it's nice. I think something about like the techno at the end with the character step really
Mm.
bothers me. And I did mention that in our first time that I talked about it, but um it just I don't know what it just so feels so jarring when the woman
Really?
starts screaming at the end. Like it feels like it just kind of comes out of nowhere.
I feel like it kind of built for me. I kind of got it.
It just
I-
felt a little out of nowhere. I think their choreo slide move is so cool
Oh,
though, where
so,
they
so
do the side
cool.
by side splits.
Yes. And I was like, I know that these are figure skaters and like they should be able to do splits, but when they
Okay,
both
but
do
the
it at the
men,
same time, yeah, it's
sometimes the men are not like that
no,
well
no.
flexible. So shout out to Tim
That
for
was
being able to
awesome.
do that. But um,
And also like what was the move? Like it was the where she like puts her back against his and then
oh, like the
the
little
neck
lift at the
roll
end.
over the head. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool. But I see what you're saying about the character step. I think it could be cleaned up a little bit. It looks a little like
It
not
just
polished, maybe.
not the actual steps. It's just the music just feels so out of left field for me after we've
Okay.
done like the Dune throughout the whole time. Because that's not from Dune, that music.
It's
Whatever that
not?
is, the ending part is definitely not from Dune.
Oh, I
Um,
thought it was. Wait, what
I
is it
mean, I
from?
watched the Dune movies,
Oh, okay. I've only seen the first one, maybe. Like,
watched them
and
both.
I've
They're
like,
so good, so good.
and
I
like I
watched
slept
both of them
through
this
it.
summer.
Oh, okay.
Um, my theory is they're gonna bring back the old Dune by Europeans.
Really?
I think that it would be kind of a smart decision
An
because
Olivia
it's
Smart decision.
yeah, Olivia Smart decision. I think it would be really interesting. I think it would be good for them if they
Wait,
brought it back because
wait, I'm looking.
I honestly like as much as we all loved the Dune part one or the first Dune free skate, like I don't know if I could go back and tell you exactly like the whole music cut, you know,
Mm,
where I think like it wouldn't be as drastic of a change for them to switch back to the old one. I think it's good for them to have this vehicle like now to like have a little bit of a fresh start, a fresh change
hmm.
throughout to start the year and then just switch it for the Olympics
Okay.
and Euros.
Hmm. Okay, I'm seeing the last piece is from The Matrix Revolutions.
I told you it was not from
Wow.
Dune.
Called Navras.
I have listened to the whole Dune soundtrack,
Okay.
so I do love the music from it. But
I'm loving like the titles. It's like Dune Part 2 trailer mix, Dune Part 2 trailer 3 music epic version. It's like
I'm trying to see, is there anything else from the dance that I thought? Lemon Kwan skated well. And then the other French team placed pretty well. So
the Living Quan got the Skate Canada
oh yeah,
spot.
They did
Yeah.
today. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see them next week or this week. So uh
Okay.
do you want to go to the pairs? Because there's not let's do the
Let's go to the
pairs and then go to the
pears.
women.
Apples and pears.
Okay.
So I'll
So
let's start with
the Olympic champions.
yeah, the elephant in the room.
Okay,
Let-
where are my notes? Oh, here they are. All right.
All
All
right,
right, so yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I
Okay.
really don't like their short. I really hate it.
Oh, they didn't like the Carmen.
No,
I didn't love it either.
it's the same like drum loop or whatever is like the same measure of music over and over again. Like it stays the same throughout. It doesn't change, and it's just like literally anything could be playing at any point in time during this short program, which is really, really out of character for
For
them.
them.
So it's
I
even more obvious.
I have to say they are incredibly out of conditioning and out of shape
Mm.
for um
How
the
are you used to
point
them? Mm.
how well one how we're used to them, but also like you could tell like during the especially in the free skate on like some of those lifts at the end
Oh my
that
gosh.
he like it was like almost it was so scary to see her go up in the air. And they did say they've only done that free skate 4 times.
Oh
They said that
wow.
in an interview. So
And
for
what did he
them
get?
to
Like 120, 130?
130. Okay.
Wow.
The
That's
judging
crazy.
for the
That was
judging for this,
crazy.
the judging for this, I got a lot of questions on this too. Um, so let's talk about the controversy. And I just want to say there's been a lot of other podcasts that have talked about this that I would recommend checking them out too, because Some of them know a lot more about pair skating than I do. Um, so in the short program, you're required to have the group five lift, which I
Hmm.
think everyone knows this at this point because I'm sure you've all heard it. But in the short program, you have to have the group five lift. Sui and Han do the group four lift. So essentially, they should have had no points for the group
Mm.
five lift that they were accredited for in the short program. So that was the group five lift got them 8.8 points. So the base value is 7. So they should have probably got around a 60, 65 for the short program because they didn't have the base lift. The other Chinese team got 68 in the short. And remember, when I was saying this earlier, for this Chinese selection for their Olympic team, it's based on Cup of China and nationals.
Hmm.
So in the free skate, you don't have to do the group five lift. Um, they did do the same lift that they did in the short program, and were also called the group five lift there, which it was a group
Yeah,
four lift.
no.
So it would just mean that they would just need to change it, but they didn't change it. So um, I don't really know why they got away with the mistakes in the lifts. And
Chris Knierim had something to say about it.
I mean, Chris Kinnear, Megan Duhamel has talked about it on a
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
KMT was discussing it too. So I mean, there were a lot of people that, were saying like, hey, like this is just wrong, like what's happening here. Um, but for me, I think like listen, I think they were trying to maneuver away for this team. Like, because this team, obviously
Hmm.
they want this team to go to the Olympics for them, for China.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I think the Chinese Federation might have discussed this with the panel and say like, hey, like, I don't know if that happened, but
That
I
so
could see that happening in
I
the
don't know.
sport.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, even the judges didn't really know what to do with the components. Like we have,
in the
I'm
free.
in the short. Well, I'm looking at the short right now. I'm with the Swiss judge who went 7-5, 7-7-5, 7-5,
Yeah.
and then we have the Uzbekistani judge going 9-8-7-5, 9-2-5.
Yeah, it's always hard when you have an Olympic champion or like a high profile skater return. We're going to see this probably with the Shibs too. When you have a high profile skater return and then they're not in the form, but you also are kind of judging them a little bit on their previous reputation.
Hmm.
It's a little difficult. Like, some people are putting them first in components, some people are putting them third. I think it lies a little bit in the middle, and I think right now I think they were a little bit overscored for sure.
Hmm.
Um, were they the third best team here? I think the other Chinese team low-key outskated them. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
agree. I agree. Oh my gosh, can we talk about their throw
They're,
elements? Just
yeah.
massive.
Well, Swan Han's throws were not bad either.
They weren't bad, but they weren't the best I've seen them. I mean, the Chinese judge gave them a +4 on the throw triple lutz in the
Well, it was
short.
great.
I thought it was it wasn't her best landing.
Oh wait, oh Sway, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, sorry, I
yeah.
thought you were talking about Zhang and Hui.
No, they should have gotten fours and fives, I
Yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah.
But like they didn't. They got what? There's some they gave a 4, but it was like mostly twos and threes, I think.
Um, yeah, I mean they're very much a bright spot, I think, for China, like next year. Like what? Because I don't think Sway and Han are gonna go. They're probably done after this year.
Yeah.
But I think it's super exciting to see this next like pair team developing because I really like them.
Hmm.
She has like a good energy to her, and I don't know, their throws are massive. They just have like I think you know what it also is. They're a little bit new. They have like a freshness. Like
Hmm.
when you have a team that's new on the scene, like they're still fresh. You're not like oversaturated in their skating at any point. So I think
Hmm.
it's nice to see when teams come up because I think we cling on to them a little bit because they're fresh, like,
Hmm.
so um I will say I can see a world where Sway and Han will be like back and conditioned.
I think so.
I
I
see a
mean,
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they could be on the podium.
we have what, 4 months? 5 months?
Yeah. If they really just buckle down and train, which is my question, do you think they should go to NHK or do you think they should just withdraw and train?
I would withdraw. If it's gonna be a repeat of what we're seeing now, like
Yeah, I don't
I would
want her to go
withdraw.
down on a lift.
No.
Like I think this was smart. Get your first pancake out there. I think they'll
Mm-hmm.
probably do like four continents or something. Um, Honestly, like just go home and train and just
Mm-hmm.
be ready for Milan. Like, I don't know. They
Yeah.
they won't really get the world, they're not gonna get a bunch of world ranking points before then, so they're not gonna be in the final group, but I don't know. I don't know what their training style is gonna be. I don't know what they would like to do. So
How do you feel about the free skate?
um I think I prefer it to the short program.
Same.
It's a little empty in spots, of
Mm-hmm.
course, because just their conditioning, but I don't have a lot of thoughts so far. It's not neither program's their best that we've ever seen.
No, which is like when we're looking at what we're seeing from the likes of the Japanese or the Georgians here, it's like,
Hmm.
how are you going to compete with that on a day where, you know, let's say they don't have their quad twist back. Let's say they don't stand
I
up
don't
on
think
their
they'll have
side,
her.
but
They won't get the
like,
quad twist back.
like, what if they don't stand up on their side by sides? Like, I'm gonna give the win to the Georgians and the Japanese and the Germans any day.
And you know what? They needed the quad twists back in 22 because the Russian teams that were there were
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Strong.
They were so
Mm.
strong and proficient on like the pair elements that they needed that extra base value. Um, I mean, like Barlava and Metelkin, and even Minerva and Nikita, like, and the Japanese, like, they're all just so solid on everything that,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Sui and Han have never been the best at like the side by side
No.
jumps. Yeah, Barlava and Metelkina here, his footwork on the lifts is a little wide, and I think that's why we saw a little
Mm.
bit of the struggle
We saw that stumble in the free. Yeah, that
on
was
the
still scary.
group five lift. I wrote down that choreographically, like the music dies in the middle and then the vocals come in and it feels like they need to like add a throw there versus just the rest of
Mm.
like their lifts. It just feels like a throw on one of the beats of the music and the vocal part would kind of reverberate the energy a little
I
bit.
could see that. Yeah, for sure.
Um, and I also wrote down that I feel like the pairs, like the top pairs on the Grand Prix from what we've seen are taking a little bit of a dip. I think it's like a
Mm.
natural dip to kind of
Mm-hmm.
peak later at like Grand Prix
Mm-hmm.
final and then later in the year. So
Yeah, but that short program was they were on
great.
point. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like the Bolero. Oh,
Conti Machi were good. They did their job. They
I think I've said this before. I really like their vehicles.
very good vehicles in both programs.
Like they didn't have a very the free especially was a little sloppy, I would say.
Yeah,
But like the music, I mean, I think they still went with the other components and they kept it together. I think
I have to say, I think I really see them as like the pewter medalist this year.
really.
I just think the top three teams of like the Germans, the Japanese, and the Georgians are just so solid right now. I mean, that can totally change. It is October, but right now they're
Hmm.
just kind of giving like that pewter energy vibe for me.
Okay.
Uh, it could change,
And
but
home scoring.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. Um, Also, Gilardi and Ambrosini beat Beccari and Guarese again, who withdrew after a rough
Hmm.
short.
Hmm.
So it's looking more and more like they'll probably be that second slot for Italy because they've beaten them twice now this year. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah,
Well, McBeath and Parkman with another really strong short, but then kind of lost it in the free.
they did score higher than they did in France.
Yeah, PB in the short.
Yeah, it's not like they scored bad. It's just a deeper field here for sure
Hmm.
in China than there was in France last week. So,
Hmm.
okay. You ready for the women?
Let's do it.
Where do you want to begin? I'll let you lead the way.
Okay, all right. Let's go. All right, I'll start at the bottom of our list, and I'll let's go with Reno. Reno.
Oh, okay. Reno.
Um, I just have robbed in all caps on my notes.
Okay. I understand. Yeah, the skating skill scores totally robbed. One of the best.
Sevens is crazy.
She is like
Absolutely
at least a nine,
insane.
at least a nine.
Like, yeah, if you want to go seven in performance, like you can have that. Fine, whatever.
No, not even. Sorry.
Well, like if she's not in this competition, no, but like if she's falling or like she's
Yeah,
not in the
fair.
face, she's not really giving you that like projection and commitment to the music that I feel like
I think she
is
is
more.
though. Here, I think she is in the free.
Yeah, okay. I see it, but it's not like the in your face like
It's a
that
different type.
it is a
It's a
different
different type.
performance. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's totally robbed on the skating scores, Mark. The technical, I don't think is robbed as much.
No, yeah, I
I
agree.
think she really does land a lot of the things on the cue and or the cue or the under, honestly.
Hmm.
Like a lot of the jumps, I was talking to my friend and they were saying like it's really unfortunate because she just every jump really is really just on the border. They
Hmm.
like it could go either way. And I think that's like the problem for her of why the scores are dipped as much. I just think it's so tough for her, especially with the field that she's in for Japan. Um, and she's like either hit or miss. Like she's either really good
Yeah,
or is really rough. I think overall she was a little undermarked here. I think her score could have been like 4 or 5 more points higher.
for sure.
But the technical I think was probably pretty straight on with like the under rotations um
Yeah,
and then really a tough fall in the first game
yeah,
with the steps. So
that was really unfortunate. I Yeah, and with the jumps as well, even if it is clean, like you're not gonna get the big joeys because it's just like we're not a super big jump, not super high,
yeah,
not super far. Kind of a long setup for most.
it's not the ideal technique.
Mm-mm.
Okay, who next? Who do you want to go to next?
Let's go to your girl.
Okay, you wrote down Eek. Let me just
Eek.
say, Clayton, I don't think it was that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but they didn't.
Comparing to France,
Yeah.
I think she's like I think it's been a consistent build
Mm-hmm.
this year for her. And I really have to say, she was really nice in the free skate on the step sequence and the choreographic sequence. She was holding a lot of her moves
Mm-hmm.
way more
Mm-hmm.
than I've ever seen her do it. And it really felt senior in an essence in the
It,
free skate.
I see that for
Um,
sure.
they got to move the triple to the first half.
You
Um,
think?
they can't,
Yeah.
she can't do the triple in the second half of the free skate. I know she's done it this year, but I really just think get it done, get it over with. Um, I feel like it was fine. I think
Mm-hmm.
if you look at Korea, I think it's very clear that there are two girls that are probably going to go. Like Hyen Lee is probably not going to go. She's been like it's been a slow trajectory down this year, especially with the
Mm-hmm.
undercalls. Cheon Kim's working up. Gia's working to get better too. I think those two are both on the right track to improve their conditioning and their standing. And I also think it's really tough to do the back-to-back Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
You can't like expect like a huge change or a huge difference in scoring, I think, from the 2 weeks because you don't have the time to train. But she put up a decent score. You do realize
She did.
she was a triple loop away from a pop triple loop away from the podium from being in the
Oh,
bronze
whoa.
position.
Oh, wow.
She was
Okay.
one, yeah,
Actually
or
bring it.
maybe she was a little like GOE on the flip from
Mm-hmm.
being third. So I think a lot of people kind of forget like it was very tight at the top for definitely third through fifth.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I was slightly mistaken. I was
Yeah.
actually really mistaken. But that's okay.
Um,
Well, what do you think? Well, High-End brought back two programs. I love Sirens. That's my favorite
I
program she's
do.
ever
That one's a good
done.
one.
The other one, not so much.
Yeah. I would have kept the Carmen.
Yeah, I would too. And kept then bring back the Sirens.
The Sirens is a good vehicle. I think she just is like, I feel bad. She's just cheating a lot, popping a lot. Just it. And I know you said that the short program, if you guys haven't watched this event yet, The short program for the women was a really well skated
It
event.
was so, the lowest score being a 61.47. Like
There was
that's
one fall in the short program
yeah.
from the women. And like a couple, maybe like two pops, I think is what I
Hmm.
said. Um, Gubanova just like kind of stood up and did her job.
Yeah, she did. She did.
I
I think
don't
she was a little disappointed by her scores here, I think, because they were lower.
I don't think that she should be because she kind of got what she put out. You know, like the
I
spins are pretty terrible. The steps are not the best. Like her spins are not good, Clayton.
No, they're not. I know they're not good, but the way you said it was funny.
They're not. Like I don't
No, but I think she was given, I mean, what, the Olympic qualifier event, she got what, 68 and
68.
139? Like,
Yeah.
wait, what, how did she do in the,
Well, that
I
was
mean,
a panel that was
yeah,
that panel was nice to people from that part of the world.
right.
Um, I don't know. I
Hmm.
just for me, like it just feels like she just kind of does everything. Like the jumps are pretty good. The jumps are like nice.
Hmm.
She is a I we've said this earlier, she has an aggressive style of jumping. Like her jumps are like a +2, +3 sometimes.
Hmm.
The spins just like looks like she never practices them, you know?
Yeah. Well, the gays at the cabin this weekend really loved her dress in the free. They loved seeing
Oh,
yes, they're like,
the
wow, that's so cool.
the kissing on the back. Yeah, that is a cool dress. Did they like the voiceover?
Oh, they thought it was
Yeah.
funny.
They do think it was
Yeah.
campy? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, all right, let's talk about Rinka.
Let's do it.
What are you
She surprised me.
She surprised me too.
I'll admit I've never been a Rinka truther. Like I've never been like, wow, I'm really connecting with her skating.
Hmm.
The short really, I was like, whoa. That she was hungry for it and she was like selling it and
Yeah.
it was just good. It was just good
She
skating.
Well, I mean, she is the Roxanne short.
Yes.
It's I feel like that music has just got like that little like underlying like edge to it for her. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's an edgy girl and like this
She's
is just
right.
it's a good vehicle for her to use to kind of pump her up to skate like
Mm-hmm.
aggressive, especially
Mm-hmm.
with the elements that she's doing. Um, she had a good short. It's crazy that like she got a 73 with the triple axel and like a clean short, and then um, like Rion Sumiyoshi last week got like a 70 with like no triple axel. Like it just but her skating overall obviously is not as refined as Rion, but
Mm-hmm.
and some of the other Japanese women, but
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know. I think she like could have been low key a little bit lower. I think in the free skate, which had a lot of mistakes, they could have gone a little bit lower.
Yeah. She
I
got some
don't,
gaps.
yeah, I don't really think she's a contender at all.
Oh, you don't think?
Mm-mm, I don't.
I'm still having trouble like figuring out.
Who's going to be on their team?
Yeah. I mean, if she can get the free together, it's hard to deny her, I think.
But will she consistently do it
Mm,
is the question.
yeah,
She's running out of time. You need to
she
do this a
is.
couple times. Um, I think Japan, you got to think Kaori,
Mm-hmm.
Monet Chiba, who we'll see this week.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Sumiyoshi, three that could go. Ami Nakai in it. We'll see how she does this week. We don't know how Wakaba looks. Reno
Ooh.
and Rinka, I think, are on the outside. Hana Yoshida for sure is not in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really those four, like the top four right now for me. And then you got Wakaba being the big question mark for the whole scenario.
She's
Um,
really gonna have to go out and lay it down, though.
yeah, she has no room for
It's
error.
no.
Um,
Okay,
okay.
where to next for the women?
Well, we only have two left.
Oh, do we?
We have the
Okay, yeah,
Americans.
that's true. Honorable mention to Anna Pizzetta. Always love her.
Good
But
jumps. And Briang Zhang. Really
oh,
good.
she did really well here.
Yeah, Rip Bev Zhu. Oh my God, poor Bev.
I know. Oh,
Really tough free
I
skate.
loved her short. Her short was
Oh, so
fantastic.
good. I thought she was undermarked in the
I
short.
agree. I
Thought
so
she should have
agree.
been like in the final group. Is that
Hmm.
good? Uh, but yeah, Ruying Zhang, like she's got a little, she also has a little edge to her where it's like it's kind of like grabbing the attention of the viewer. Like
Hmm.
she's
Hmm.
interesting.
She's just spunky. She's like a small little.
Yeah. Um, okay. Alyssa Liu. Where do you want to begin?
You know what? I'm not mad about the return of both of these programs.
I wrote that down too.
I'm not mad about it at all. I thought I was going to be like, okay, like, that's fine. But no, I I was very pleasantly happy to see both of them again. I know there's some marking controversy over the combo in the short.
Okay. I have to say, I know people are like up in arms about it. I did rewatch both combinations in the short and in the long. It's not as under-rotated as people thought it was.
No, I don't think so
It's
either.
maybe a Q if you want to be like in both.
Mm-hmm.
In the free skate, it honestly, I wrote down she looks like she's about where she was at Four Continents last year.
Yeah.
She's pacing herself really well. Um, I've heard that they've hired someone to come work with her on the triple axel. So I know that they're like legitimately working on that. Um,
Oh, could you imagine
yeah,
the
I think,
triple axel off between the two American women?
yeah, I think they legitimately is really pacing herself in the right manner that I think she's actually going to be a threat later in the year.
Hmm.
And she's a clear path to the final now because she is Skate America, where I think the field's not.
Oh yeah.
Skate America probably I think is the weakest women's field of the whole Grand Prix. Um, what else did I write? Oh yeah, so they brought back the free skate because they're reworking the Gaga program.
Okay.
I think they'll probably just keep the short this year.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't think you should
that's
mess around with
and I
that.
think that's a good move. I think because like once she if six or what is it 74 was her bay like was the starting point with that if she gets a
Yeah.
really solid combo under her belt in the second half like
And maybe adds the triple axel. I don't know if they'll do that for the short. They might do it for the long, but
I would do it for the free. I
yeah,
wouldn't mess with the short, I don't think.
it's not as I don't know how consistent it'll be, but um I was writing down I wonder when they'll bring back the Gaga free skate. If they'll do it at the final if she makes it, or if they'll try to bring it at Skate America. Realistically, the final doesn't really have that big of an implication on much, like on anything.
I don't think so either. I think nationals would be too late. And
Nationals, I think you want to do it before nationals.
yeah, so I would say the final, but I think you could probably hold on to it for a little bit. We can't have Ashley Wagner repeat of debuting a program at nationals on Olympic year.
Yeah, I think you probably bring it back for the final. If she makes it, I do think she will, but um honestly, after watching, I remember watching the free skate live and I was a little shocked at how close it was to Amber. But then going back at the like scoring, it all kind of makes sense. She did get like one, well, I think one like the one of the combos, the let's toe, you could have gone a Q
Hmm.
on it. I don't think it would have changed the score that much, but her pushing Amber with the mistakes that she made makes me think that she'll probably be I think she has a good shot of being ahead of her later in the year. Because Amber did She did almost everything that she could here, almost. Not everything, but almost.
Yeah, the combo wasn't her friend. The triple triple combo wasn't her friend this weekend. She kind of had to step out on both.
Yeah.
Um, but besides that, like she looks really, really good for this
Hmm.
point in the season compared to where we saw her
Last.
last season.
I think last season she looked a lot better at this point of the year.
Wait, I feel like she couldn't put down a free skate to save her life.
Last year?
Am I thinking
Last year she won both of her Grand Prix.
but she still didn't, they were still like mistake. Like there was still like I think larger mistakes in those frees than there was here, I feel
I
like.
think she was a little bit better last year, but I think
Okay.
mentally, I think she's better this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think you look at what she did, she did the axle, and then she made the mistake on the combo, and then she was able to compartmentalize the combination mistake and do the rest of the program pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
That is something the Amber of 2 years ago could not have done.
No, that would have not happened.
Um, I will say in the free skate, she looked gassed at the end, like during the
Yeah, she
steps in
did.
this.
Yeah, and even at the end, I said in my notes, she needs to smile at the end. Like she's doing a good job, but she every time she ends, she's like, I know she's gassed, but like
Yeah,
still, just be like, "Yay, I didn't like
she
totally
needs to
screw it
sell it. She
up."
needs to sell it a little more. But Lori Parker pushed Amber way more than she pushed Alyssa.
Oh,
So
really?
that is
Where did she
interesting to
go?
know. Lori Parker gave Amber
Oh, one.
146 and then
Hmm.
Alyssa 138.
Okay.
So I think that's showing where the USFS is right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
I like
know.
the new dresses. I like her. I
Oh,
like her.
I know that's one of the questions. Which
Okay.
dress do you prefer?
Though the so the one from last season or the two, or we're comparing the two from this
The
season right
two
now.
from this season.
I think I like the first one better
Okay.
because I see they try to do the same like bodice frame in the second one from the last season's dress, and it doesn't match the same as like the aesthetic. I don't know. I like the first one better and like the back of the first one better.
I prefer the second one.
Oh.
I prefer the second one for sure. Um, and you know what? That's fine. Like I know some people prefer,
Hmm.
some people are going to prefer different ones, but I'm trying to see if there were any other questions. Someone said Alyssa had the highest PCS World Championship bonus. Um, I think Alyssa performed a little more than Amber, and Amber was pretty
Yeah.
slow towards the end. Amber looked like she was dying towards the end of that program a little bit. Um,
I think it has to do with, yeah, I think there is a little bit of a bonus. I
yeah,
think Amber, I mean, I think skating skills wise, I think Amber's a little bit better.
I don't know.
Really?
I think, okay, realistically, Reno's the number one.
Duh.
Realistically, do you want me to be honest with you here? I'm going to tell you where I think I'm going to rank. I'm going to rank them all right now. Ready?
All right, let's go.
Reno first in skating skills. I'm going to go Gia second on skating
Mm-hmm.
skills. I'll go Amber third. Oh, no, sorry. I'll go Alyssa third. I'll go Amber fourth. I will go, I think I'll go Rinka
Oh, I'm going Anna
fifth.
Pizzetta. I'm going Anna Pizzetta 5.
I'm going to go Rinka fifth. And then I guess I'll go Gubanova sixth. I don't think Anna Pizzetta's skating skills are like the best.
I don't, I think the speed and is what gets
I mean, her
me.
speed's great, but I just like look at her whole
I
package.
think she has decent edges. Like, I think from,
It's not all, it's like the posture's a little rough for me
but is that
sometimes.
skating?
It goes into like deportment, and
Okay.
that can go into like how, well, you can use like how
See,
you generate speed. Like
mm,
Daniel Grassl like has horrible posture, but
mm.
that's also how you generate speed, you
This is
know?
true, but I guess this is where the lines get blurred because like posture is also like presentation to me. It's like
Yeah, it all
how
goes
are,
together. But I say Reno and Gia I think have the best of
oh, for sure.
of the I think Alyssa's probably third and then Amber fourth. Amber really falls flat sometimes on
She gets, yeah, when she gets
it
tired, it's
sometimes
like it's
it sometimes looks like she's walking through
mm.
her step sequence. So,
I will
but
say the step in the short is I think
it was better. The
is
short was good.
better, but I think it still can use improvement. I think it's still like it I like the choreo of it and I think it matches well. I think it's just like an energy thing at this point.
Yeah. Well, okay. You want to
Oh
take a little
gosh.
preview of China before
Ooh,
we,
you catch my
or
breath.
Canada, sorry, Canada. Um, I'll start with the pairs in Canada. You got Deanna Max, Hassan Volodin, Cameron O'Shea, Pereira Michaud, Chesnia and Wozniak, Vipin Digby, Vulamos and Bovar, and Lauren and Ethier. Obviously, we'll be looking at Deanna and Max, and then the German team of Nikita and Minerva, where they'll fall. And it'll be interesting to see how Leah and Trent compare to Deanna and Max, who've kind of been up and down.
Who are you placing your bet on for third here?
Third, I was thinking second and third is a little bit of a question mark.
Well, you think I think it's Minerva first, Deanna
Yeah,
second.
I think there's a world where you could see Deanna struggle.
Okay.
I don't,
I think they'll help her out.
I do too, but I think depending on how Trent and Michaud look, or Trent and Leo look, but
Mm,
and it'll be interesting to see how Danny and Ellie have reconciled and recomposed themselves after the
mm.
Georgian event. The men, Ilya, Kevin Amos, Kawamura again, Kazuki Tomono, Nika Agatse again. God, we are seeing so much Nika Agatse this year.
We can't get enough. You know what
Uh,
that means? That means more Terry. She wants her
yeah,
camera time.
Nikolai Memela, Alexander Selevko, Stephen Gogolev, Roman Sadovsky, Tomoki Hiwatashi, Vladimir Samolev, and Alexa Rakic. I'm interested to see Roman versus
I am
Gogolev.
too. I am too. I think it's Gogolev's to lose based on the momentum, I think it's Gogolev's to make a real jab at a higher place here.
Yeah, he's put down some good scores this year that he could fare well for sure. Um, I'll be interested to see where Kevin looks, and then also Kazuki and
Mm,
Kao with that Japanese spot.
hmm
Kazuki could be more in it than we think this year because all these men are flopping it up on the ice. So,
Flopping it up.
uh,
Let's put it on a shirt.
the dance, Gillis and Poirier, Lejeune Laga, Carrera Ponomarenko, Reed and Amber Levish. I said it kind of right this Amber
Amberlivicious.
Levicious. I kind of
He's
said it right this.
vicious.
Uh L'Oreal Lagak, Brady and Somerville again, the Morozics, Lemon Kwan, Resenberg and Stefan from Germany, and Nessa and Markalev. Um, I think the top four will probably go in the exact order that I said them.
Yep.
I am interested to see Lala skate this year
Yeah, I'm excited for them.
because we've seen them, but we haven't really seen them a lot. And then also we're going to get to see the new Vincent program for Piper and
Mm.
Paul and their drag race short. So,
Oh, so good.
and
RuPaul.
they'll have a little pep in their step, I think, especially because of the way that Chock and Bates
Oh
have skated
yeah.
and the French. So I think they'll probably want to go and prove themselves. For the women, Ami Nakai coming back, second Grand Prix. Brady Tennell, Monet Chiba,
Mm.
Isabeau Lovito, Laurenaki Gutman, Sarah Everhart, Asun Yun, Yuna Aoki, Madeline Skizis, Maria Senuk from Israel, Uliana Shurieva, and Sarah Dupuis. So
Mm.
the Battle of the Americans.
Yeah, that's like the battle for that last spot. I mean, I think Isabeau is
Yeah.
still, yeah, but still.
And then Ami kind of trying to solidify her case for a Japanese spot.
Hmm
Monet coming out and trying to continue her momentum this year. Laurenaki, same thing. And then the battle for the Canadian women will be really interesting.
Oh yeah.
But
I just wish Gabby Dillman was here too. Can we add a fourth spot for her?
who? Oh, Gabby
Gabby
Dim. Well,
Dillman.
she's competing next week.
Yes.
So we'll see her too. But that was a long episode.
I know. I've been
I
yawning. Sorry to everyone. It's late.
remember when I told you, I was like, oh, I think this will be a light week.
I was like, yeah, maybe.
And then we just got on and started talking. But
We got bantering. We got to bantering.
well, we did banter. The Blades and Banners here. We'll be back next week, of course, to recap Skate Canada. I'll make sure to link the fantasy stuff below. I didn't say who won this week. I honestly forgot to say that at the beginning of the episode, but yeah, we'll see you all next week. All right,
All right,
everyone.
same time, same place.
Yes, yes. See you guys later.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.